Hey, Virgo, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your September 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Virgo, we're going to look at what is being illuminated on your path. We'll take a look at how this illumination is helping you prepare for a new beginning or a new chapter of your life. Now, this illumination could partially be due to the upcoming eclipse energy that we have. And during eclipse season, we go through expansive transformation and metamorphosis. It can bring things to light that may have been hidden or things that we didn't always know how to deal with. It can bring conclusions or finalizations as well. So we'll look at the initiative for you to take to move forward on this new path. We'll look at your values, any blocks that may show up, as well as an outcome. And I do feel here for you, you are going through massive transformation. You have 1, 2, 3 major arcana showing up. Now, bottom of the deck here is the Knight of Wands, represented by Jack Pumpkinhead here. So when the Knight of Wands shows up, this is a new adventure, right? And having the courage to move forward. Success lies within perseverance and dedication. And I feel like you are embarking upon a new journey that is going to require just that, Virgo. Okay. And don't be afraid to move forward in a new direction, because I absolutely see there are endings coming up, bringing new beginnings. Now, starting off, what is being illuminated is the Six of Cups energy. Now, the Six of Cups is showing up in reverse. So when this shows up in reverse, it is all about unhealthy past attachments. There's something of the past, Virgo, that is showing up possibly from childhood. This could be an old friendship or difficulty with a family member or someone of the past. It's coming up to the surface here. And it may be that this person is no longer in your life. Maybe they haven't been in your life for quite some time, but it's coming up for review. It's coming up because there may be a new beginning and something of the past is triggering you to maybe hesitate or resist a new beginning. So Six of Cups can also be romanticizing the past, saying, oh, it wasn't that bad, or perhaps it could have worked if A, B, or C. It can also be illusions around the past as well. And I feel like the illusion was someone thought that they had to be a certain way to gain affection or to feel lovable, right? It's as if someone's importance was not validated or invalidated to the point where they were made insignificant. I'm kind of getting that energy here for you, Virgo, is some of you were made small, you were made insignificant, and maybe that stemmed from very early on in your life. That may have played out in different relationships, but I feel like this is something you are awakening to. And once you know better, you do better. Once you are aware of some of the structures, right, you can destroy them and replace them with new ones. Once you have gone through this awakening, I feel like you're on the path of healing or path of recovering here. So this Six of Cups is showing up here in a very profound way, because what is really being illuminated is that inner child that is very much capable of love now as an adult, that is very much capable of doing great things. And I feel like you may be strengthening that relationship with your own inner child and giving yourself the things that maybe you didn't get as a child. It's as if there's accountability or some sort of responsibility being taken here. And I feel like there's a massive release taking place. The Six of Cups is represented by the lobster quadrille here. And you see that these two could be soulmates. So there could be, or there was, a very significant soulmate in your life, Virgo. Now, soulmate isn't just romantic partnerships. It can be family members. It can be pets or animals. It can be, lifelong friends or people who come in for a short time of our lives, or they're here for the remainder of our lives. We have many different soulmates that are part of our soul tribe on our path, but this specific soulmate came with a very specific lesson, and this lesson may have been very difficult or very challenging, but I see you are creating a new path. You're creating a new future, because the Six of Cups is about second chances as well. It can be, yes, the card of nostalgia, but I'm getting innocence and simplicity, and maybe even bringing something back to, I don't want to say back to its original state, because once we go through certain things, it never fully goes back to its original state. But I feel like there's a sense of wholeness within yourself that somewhere along the way, due to all the conditioning, all of the experiences, all of the relationships, everything that you've gone through, it's as if you may have felt disconnected. Bits and pieces of yourself got lost along the way. And I feel like there's a coming back home to you is what I'm feeling with the Six of Cups. And there may be someone very significant on your journey that, you are calling in even. Okay. This could be a new partnership. And that was a big theme for the love readings for September, is preparing for union, because you may be nostalgic for that love connection with maybe a physical partner here in the 3D. And that could be a friendship. That could be reconnecting to someone who, yes, there has been some sort of ending. Okay. Now, showing up as a new chapter of your life, you do have the Devil. Okay. The Devil. Now, before you run for the hills here, the Devil, right? The more that you can understand the Devil, the better off you are, right? Because knowledge brings power. The more you know, the better off. And I feel like you're taking a look at the Devil, because the word devil itself spells lived backwards, right? If you look at that word there, devil, it spells lived. And the devil is something that shows up on this earthly realm from time to time within us that can bring out materialism, codependency, bondage. We get bonded to certain beliefs or situations or fears, and we tend to numb it through addictions and obsessions and money and work. And, we get tied up and caught up in things that become unhealthy when we wrap ourselves around it so much that we lose sight of who we are. And with this new chapter showing up, I feel like you are liberating yourself, Virgo. There's a liberation from whatever the devil has been in your life, because it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But the underlying common energy is that of bondage, something that you've been tethered to maybe very early on. And this could be a belief around yourself. Okay, this could be a belief that, you're not good enough. It could be some sort of self-doubt, people-pleasing, perfectionism. It can be needing external validation. Whatever it is for you, I feel like you're taking a deep dive into it and you're saying, you know what? That's not serving me, and it hasn't served me thus far. I need to liberate and release myself from it. So the fact that the devil is showing up here on this new chapter says that you're very much aware of, what this is for you now, because it's being illuminated, right? It is being illuminated. And some of you may have known for quite some time, but when the devil shows up, that bond is hard to break. It's hard to break here, but you know that you don't want that bond going into the new chapter. That's why it's here in the new chapter category of your reading here. So what initiative do you need to take to move forward here to release any sort of bondage or, feelings of maybe guilt or shame or, broken dreams or, wounded inner child or whatever this is here, or obsessing about something of the past that you just can't break free of? You have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands showing up here is represented by the croquet with the Queen in Alice in Wonderland, right? It's the game where the big old flamingos come in and she uses the flamingos for her croquet game. That doesn't seem very fair, right? Very fun, big old headache for the flamingos. But the Five of Wands is needing to avoid drama and self-criticism, okay? It is about gossipy energy, or, negative self-talk, or listening to others, what others think of you. So there is a message here around, not needing to be externally validated, and also not listening to what everyone else thinks is best for you, Virgo, but you being able to focus on your path moving forward. And I'm also getting a message here about competition. Some of you may have had to fight for yourself to be seen. Maybe you came from a large family, or you had to fight for your place in education or in your career, or there may have even been, I'm getting a struggle here between friends over, could have been over a guy or over a girl. It's almost as if there was a third party energy or external influences that came between you and something you really loved or a dream. And I feel like you always had to fight hard or work hard to be seen or to get some sort of approval. I feel like some of you are overachievers. I'm also getting swimming. Some of you could have been part of, or maybe you are a part of a swim team, or maybe you were, a swimmer in your younger years. Maybe that represents, swimming through emotional turmoil in some way, shape, or form. But when the Five of Wands shows up as your initiative, this is about groupthink, okay? It is about being able to withstand adversity. Some of you had come from a background where there was, I'm getting like underprivileged or very poor or poverty, or you may have grew up in a country or a place that, it felt like you had to fight for your right to be seen, heard, valued as an individual, as, maybe a person of cultural differences or cultural background in some way, shape, or form, or educational, whatever this is for you. I feel like there was some sort or is some sort of adversity here. And your initiative is to say, I'm more than just what I was raised into or what I was brought, into. And my voice is going out here as I'm talking about this. So some of you, it's as if your voice was squashed, or, it's as if you may have felt cut off. You may have felt interrupted. You may have felt like your voice didn't matter, or you didn't have a voice in some way, shape, or form. I feel like other people were very much involved, and there was a lot of struggle, opposition here, competition. And there's a new direction, Virgo, that you are meant to, go towards. But this new journey does not involve as much struggle, tension, drama, and conflict as the one in the past did. Okay, that's why this is a new chapter opening up here for you. What are your values? Your values lie within the Magician. Now, the Magician is beautiful energy. It's Virgo and Gemini, which we are in Virgo season right here as you're listening to this reading. And the values of the Magician are very powerful. I mean, he is a powerful leader, or she is a powerful leader. She's represented here by the Mad Hatter. He or she, it doesn't matter. But the Magician is someone who has skills. I mean, this person has skills. They have talents. They have abilities that go above and beyond. They can be excellent at communicating. So communication is a big part of who you are. And I mean, this is you, Virgo, Gemini, Virgo. But I feel like you are someone who holds true to who you are. And you stand in your truth. You stand in your integrity. You stand with your morals, and you trust that moral compass within you. And even though at times it may have deviated, or you may have felt like you've deviated from that compass, you always find your way back. And the Magician, representing you as this major arcana in your value position here on the table, this is you being very energetic. And this could be a single type of energy or a very independent type of energy. Virgo, a lot of you are highly independent. And again, I am getting an energy of overachiever here, sometimes to the point of obsession. Okay, obsessing, or perfectionism, or OCD, or, not quitting until some sort of outcome manifests. But understanding when something must end is also part of your journey, because sometimes we go until we are worn out, or until, we have some sort of result, but it may not be the result that's in the highest good. Okay. And I feel like it's important to, yes, trust your strengths and your talents, but not let other people doubt you or manipulate you or coerce you or play their magic against you in some way, shape, or form, where you lose sight of your own gifts, your own skills, and your own talents. Because this Magician is you showing up in your values. What do we have for blocks? Oh, the Four of Pentacles, materialism, or things. This Four of Pentacles is the Wicked Witch's possessions. And you can see that behind her, there's a lot of stuff here. Some of you, it's like there's a energy of hoarding, or feeling like maybe you have to protect what is yours. You can't spend a dime because what if there's not enough? What if something happens? I feel like this could also be needing to find balance within your resources, and knowing that money is an energy exchange. This could be taking a deep dive into your belief system around finances. And for those of you that did grow up in poverty or in a less than situation, there could be some blockages around not having enough, right? But the Four of Pentacles is actually about material or financial balance, because fours are about structure. They're about foundation and stability. And the best way to find that is to not hang on so tight, but not to be so loose, right? It's to find that balance in between. And I always like to compare it to, holding your hand open and water being poured into your hand. If you want to take a drink of the water, if you're thirsty, right, you're going to cup your hand in a way where the water can pour in, because when you squeeze it so tight, that water is going to go through all of all of your fingers. But when you don't have it, cupped enough, when it's too loose, it's just going to go right through your fingers. So I feel like it's finding the balance there. And the Four of Pentacles showing up as the challenge can be withholding affection, withholding parts of yourself, dimming your light in order to fit in, Virgo. This can be going into debt. It can be scarcity. It can be taking what's not yours, or materialism. It can be, feeling at times like, this could even be your own closet, right? It doesn't have to be so huge. For some of you, it is debt, right? It could be massive amounts of debt. It could be shopaholism. It can be, I mean, you could be addicted to things or buying things, shopping, or, you know, you could be addicted to needing some sort of approval, like having the nice home or having the car, or there could be an obsession about a certain number of money that you have in the bank, or, you know, whatever it is for you. I feel like that obsession or that bondage has actually held you back from creating the very thing that you want, which is more in some way, shape, or form. But it may not be more things. It could be emotional satisfaction, right? It could be, you know, more spiritual, you know, being able to activate your spiritual gifts. It's something here about, you know, needing to let go to get a little bit more, right? Because there's an energy exchange happening here. And I feel like that is a block that you are looking at and you are overcoming. What's the outcome? The death. The death energy is massive transformation, metamorphosis, change. There's an ending bringing in a new beginning here. And I feel like what you're ending is the devil. You're ending an old paradigm, an old structure. You're destroying an old structure because you're saying it's not working for me. It's keeping me. It's actually holding me back. And so the death card is all about massive liberation and change and transition. And it's about you rising. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes here and coming out with a newfound sense of who you are, what's important to you, and purpose. This is a new sense of purpose as well. Yeah, you're being reborn in some way, shape, or form, Virgo, and it's quite exciting because this has been a long time coming. Let's clarify some of this energy. Let's take a look at the Six of Cups being illuminated. So we see things from the past, unhealthy attachments that are showing up for you that may be blocking your path when it does come to finances or abundance in some way, shape, or form, because we're fearing that there's not enough, that we're going to be in debt, that we're not going to have what we need to survive. There's something around the root chakra, and this could even manifest at times as dis-ease in the body, also known as disease, that has to do with the legs, the knees, the ankles, the feet, the toes. I'm getting something here with bunions. There's something with maybe a knee surgery. This can be the hips as well. This can be, the lower extremities or lower regions. I'm also getting veins. I don't know if this is either varicose veins, if this is circulation in the legs. Some of you, I just feel maybe you're on your feet a lot and we need to, maybe rest at times, or the opposite. Maybe you are resting, too much or sitting too much. We got to get moving. So there's something with the root chakra showing up. Spirit, why do we have the Six of Cups being illuminated? What is the Six of Cups? It's the Knight of Cups. It's about opening your heart to the truth of who you are. It is about your creative endeavors and what you're passionate about. This is your childhood dreams as well, what you've always wanted. And not being naive, and I'm not calling anyone naive, but I feel like there was a sense of naivety in the past that you had that kept you in a state of opposition. Okay. But now that you know better, you're doing better, you're choosing healthier options, or you're choosing to follow your bliss, follow your passion. This is a sense of emotional depth here. And I feel for some of you, you may have been a people pleaser, or you may have dimmed your light, but that's what Spirit doesn't want you to do. There could be a love connection here available, or this could be a new soulmate that you are connecting with, but it requires you to let go of, expectations, or let go of some sort of bondage or tendency to maybe self-sabotage. Let's look at the Devil. Spirit, why is the Devil showing up here for Virgo? Can we look at the Devil, please? Yeah. Okay. King of Swords. King of Swords with the Six of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the world. Yeah, you're definitely closing up and wrapping up a major cycle of your life, Virgo. The world energy is completion. This is the next leg of your journey. You've ended a major cycle, and this is enlightenment. Some of you could even be moving. You could be, graduating, getting married. This is a sense of completion, and the world is your oyster. No more delayed gratification, because that's what I feel in the past. There's been some sort of bondage that you've been attached to that has delayed gratification. And the devil is representing the Six of Pentacles and the King of Swords. King of Swords can be closing off to what our heart truly deserves, desires, and wants due to maybe overthinking or an old belief system. Because the King of Swords, he is, we're going to look at both of these energies in reverse because we're looking at the devil. So when the King of Swords shows up in reverse, he can be skeptic. He can be a poor communicator. He may lack empathy or emotional, intelligence in some way, because the mind wants what it wants, right? It's that powerful communicative center. It is the computer of our self. And I feel like there's something you had learned and you had a very difficult time unlearning it, or that's where you're at now, is who am I without this belief? Who am I without being bonded or tethered to this person, place, thing, situation, belief, addiction, whatever it is? And I feel like it was causing a lot of one-sided energy with the Six of Pentacles. Again, we're reading it as if it's in reverse. This may have created codependency. This may have been overgiving. This could have been enabling, or even needing to set healthy boundaries, because I feel like the King of Swords, when he's in the upright, he is an excellent communicator. He's very wise. He's very book smart, very intelligent, but life experience is what creates wisdom. You can read all the books that you can. You can dream up your fantasies in your home, but until you go out there and live it, right? And experience it and turn it into wisdom, it's just unprocessed or unused knowledge, right? And what good does that do? It's like having all the information you need for trivia, and you can be a trivia master, right? But it's about gaining, again, the wisdom and being able to know that there's so much out there to learn, but it's more than just, what you've learned in school or education or what you've read in a book. And I feel like for some of you, it's breaking out of that paradigm of the one-sided energy. And now you're putting yourself out there, going on a new path, new adventure. That's why the world is here, because some of you, it quite literally is taking something to the next level, maybe moving in with a person. This could be, graduating and going off. This could be building your own business. It could be retiring. So I feel like it's not just talking the talk now, it's walking the walk. And there is a combining of the two energies that are showing up here, Virgo, that are very, very powerful. And you're not bonded or tethered or tied back anymore, because there's something that is, opening up for you. The world is your oyster. There's a new beginning, and you've been on this journey for quite some time. And I feel like you've broke through some sort of adversity. You made it. Basically, you've made it. You've come a long way, and you have now the skills, you have the talents, you're equipped with what you need to do to go out there in the world in some way, shape, or form. Now, let's look at the Death card. Let's look at the Death as the outcome, because I feel like this is massive metamorphosis for you. It's like you're shifting from an old label or an old, paradigm, and you're opening up to a brand new you in some way, shape, or form. But you have what you need to move towards that new energy. Spirit, why is the Death here showing up, and what does this mean for Virgo? Why is the Death here, and what does it mean for Virgo? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we have celebration, Three of Cups. We have Six of Wands, more celebration. We have Queen of Pentacles. There's finances. We have the Ace of Cups. Boy, oh boy, does this look magical. Ace of Cups is a gift. This is a gift of emotional fulfillment. This is a soul quenching renewal, something needed to end in order for you to, and open your heart up, to be curious, to be positive, to be hopeful of this new future, this new path. No more third party energy, no more feeling left out, no more feeling shamed, no more feeling like you have to be small, because this is recognition, Virgo. This is yourself, your voice being put out there in some way. Some of you are meant to be in the spotlight, could be fame for some of you. When you have the Three of Cups, this is social events. It could be the news of a birth, a job. It could be passing a test, a wedding. It's some sort of celebratory energy with your friends and your family and the people around you that love you and support you. The full moon could be significant. The full moon in September. I forget when that is, but I know it's a big one. It's a full moon lunar eclipse, I believe. Full moon lunar eclipse. Is that in Aquarius potentially? But the Six of Wands here is finally victory, leadership, achievements. It is your hard work paying off and gaining the recognition that you deserve and that you've worked so hard for. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Well, hello, material wealth, the very thing that you were maybe blocking or afraid that, you wouldn't have, or you were afraid of it being taken away, is saying, wait a second, it can't be taken away if it's within me. The material wealth is something that I'm supported. It supports me. I have enough. There's enough and there's more. There's enough for me to have and be able to share and spread with those around me. And it doesn't just mean money. It could be time. It could be help. It could be support. And I feel like you're sharing it with others. You can see on the Six of Wands that she's gifting that rose. And there's people behind her. So you have people in spirit as well, Virgo. You have people in spirit, not just your spirit guides, but loved ones. Loved ones who've crossed over, ancestors. I'm hearing the name Maggie. Okay, and I also heard Christopher and Edward. Okay, take those names as they resonate. Okay, Maggie, Christopher, Edward. Maybe that's someone's full name. Well, maybe not. I mean, if male names, but it could be someone who's alive as well. But I feel like you do have support here. It could be your name, and you have this gift showing up, which is incredible. Let's take a look and get a final message from your spiritual team. What does Virgo need to know at this time? Answer the call. Ring, ring, spirit is calling. It's time to answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Virgo, you know what this is for you. This could be taking that class. It could be making that move. It could be entering into a new contract, a new romantic partnership. It could be divorce. It could be starting a family. It could be, whatever you want it. Maybe your body is telling you it's time to get healthy, time to cut out a certain food or sugars or substance or whatever it may be. You're on the path of discovery, and discovery is pivotal. Curiosity is pivotal. And it's time to take action towards your soul's calling. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. It certainly helps the channel, which I greatly appreciate. If you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, Virgo, and happy birthday to all of you beautiful souls out there.